Why you haven't ascended yet. Greetings, we are the Arcturian Council. We are pleased to connect with all of you. We are quite certain that you are making the progress necessary to ascend, both as individuals and as a collective. We have been noticing how well you all are able to assimilate the higher frequency energies that have been coming in to support you. If you, as a collective, weren't able to deal with these energies, the conditions on Earth would be far, far worse. Therefore, you can rest assured that everything is moving forward nicely for the human collective. The victories are what you want to focus on in order to stay positive. It would be easy to fall into a pit of despair if you only looked at the negative aspects of what is going on there. Now, we are not saying that you should all ignore these things. They are happening, so that you can see where you can do the most good, where to send the most love and healing energy, and for whom to feel the most compassion. There are other reasons why these things are happening as well, but you have to look at why they become a part of your awareness. So it is necessary to remain confident in the movement forward that the human collective consciousness is making, is that you need to look at the acts of kindness and take note of the changes that you are making within yourself. Notice when someone in your life has made a significant improvement in their vibration. Celebrate each time you hear about someone waking up to the truth that we are all source energy beings in this universe, having experiences to know ourselves as unconditional love. Helping others awaken has never been easier, but you will find that your real work there is not to spread the good news and become a missionary. Your work is to continue to assimilate these higher frequency energies, and then go out and sing and dance and play. Write about your experiences, write stories of fiction. Create to express the truth that you have tapped into, that we are all one and there is always hope. There is always a spark of light, even in the darkness of situations and circumstance. And you are there as the awakened ones, whose mission it is to add more light where it is most needed. And you also are there to demonstrate to the rest of the collective that there is plenty of light in most of the world. There are plenty of reasons to celebrate that you are still there on Earth, ascending together as a collective. And as you recognize that your ascension is not about leaving anyone out or behind, you realize why you haven't ascended yet, and you know that you have more work to do. But that work can be fun, it can be fulfilling, and it can bring you closer together with people that you previously would not have imagined you would ever have anything in common with. When we see people coming together from opposite ends of the spectrum, that is what brings us the most joy here in the ninth dimension. How much is enough? We have an abundance of clarity when it comes to our approach to serving humanity. We are always seeking for more of that clarity, however. Now we have noticed that many of the awakened are unclear about how you all want to be of service, or to say in a better way, what is the best way for you to be of service to humanity. We notice this, and our compassion for you in these moments is real, and it is also abundant. If you can recognize that even the Arcturian Council is seeking to find the best ways to be of service to humanity, then perhaps you can realize that for you as an individual, to have all that figured out right now is a tall order. You may not even feel that you are doing enough to serve humanity, but the bigger picture here is that you may never feel that you are enough. And that is something that we advise you to look at. We want for all of you to feel that you are enough. We want you to feel that your presence here on Earth is enough. And we want you to rest assured that we see you as enough. We keep telling you over and over that it's not about what you do, but we will say it again because we really want you to hear it. It is not about what you do. Sit quietly and hold compassion and love in your hearts. Seek to have peace within you. Intend for the universe to give everyone exactly what they need, and open yourselves to the receiving the higher frequency energies that keep coming in so that you can be the conduits for that energy, and let go of this need to do something. Or let us say it another way. Let's go of the need to do the perfect or the best thing that you could possibly do. If you see a homeless person on the sidewalk and you think that giving that person money isn't enough, but you give them money and walk away, then you are technically correct. There is more that you could do in that situation. You could talk to the person, you could listen to their story, you could take them home, bathe them, and feed them, give them a place to sleep. But you have to operate within your comfort level in that situation, and you have to let yourself off the hook for not being perfect. You have to live your lives, and you have to live your lives with wherever you are. And so if you cannot open that healing center that you want so much to open tomorrow, then just ask yourself what you can do to help, and let that answer be enough. If you don't, you won't find that peace within you. And if you don't find that peace within you, then you're putting out that vibration of being unsettled. And we can all agree that what you all want to see outside of you is a peaceful world, one where others let themselves off the hook and do the best that they can. So if you want that for everyone else, perhaps it's time to allow yourself to have it as well. Being in love. We have discovered that there is a fine line that humans walk between the idea of being in love with someone and being obsessed or infatuated with that person. You have many examples of when that initial feeling of love goes to the extreme of obsession in your history. There have been individuals who have committed crimes in order to impress someone that they were infatuated and obsessed with. People have committed suicide over having been rejected by someone they had that strong feeling for. And there are many other examples of people going to extremes because of something as beautiful as a feeling as love. So it is important to understand what is really happening when you feel that sensation within yourself, so that you can activate it and access it when you want to, in spite of whether your affections are reciprocated. When you are in love, you are in that vibration. You find the state of being within you that aligns you with the truest aspect of who you really are. When a person feels that that state is dependent on being able to have access to that individual, they love whenever they want that access, and then they are not granted that access by their person. It does feel like that separation from source feeling that is so problematic on your world. People spend so much time and effort and take so many actions to try to get to that place of reconnection to source, which is obviously something that can never really be lost. When people talk about life as an illusion, that is the primary illusion. The primary illusion is that you are separate from source. And then follow that illusion with the one that says, I need that person to love me back, and I need to have access to that person in the flesh, or I will feel that separation from who I really am as unconditional love. Most love is conditional, and unconditional love, being who you really are, is the love you are really seeking. That means you can love someone else, have that love not be reciprocated, and be fine with it. That's what you seek because you seek to be love, not just to be in love and have that love reciprocated. We recognize that being in love and having that love reciprocated does make it easier to be who you really are as a source energy being comprised of unconditional love. But you cannot control another person. All you can do is to make it your mission to be the love you want to have reflected back to you, and when as your mission, you are definitely on the right track. When you love a flower or a sunset, that is when you know you are accessing the love that you truly are very easily. The more conditions you place on being in that state of being, the harder it's going to be for you to be in your physical body and be happy and healthy. So you have to find a way to experience love, to experience your true essence. And we recommend that you do that before you get into a romantic relationship, which may or may not be forever. Accessing that love within you can be as simple as deciding to do this, being heart-centered and feeling for the love that you truly are. And that is our recommendation to all of you. How to be spiritual. We have extended ourselves, in a manner of speaking, to anyone and everyone who is seeking spiritual guidance and assistance with their growth and evolution. We are not at all offended by those who have no interest in what it is that we are offering. We do not care if people agree with what it is that we have to share through this channel. We are not looking for followers and believers. We are simply offering our assistance. This way of being a guide to another or to several others is something that we recommend to those of you who are interested in being of service. And we know that there are many of you who are seeking new, different, and better ways of being of service. You don't want to be out in the world looking for conversions, looking to get others to agree with you. Instead, you want to honor the diversity that exists and know that there will be a time when more people resonate with you and what you believe than, say, some ancient religion that has been practiced for thousands of years. And there is a reason for that. It is time to evolve. It is time to become a new version of yourselves, as a collective and an individual. And so the letting go of old beliefs and the awakening to universal truth is something that is quite natural. You don't need to push it on anyone because they will have their awakening experience, and then they will come looking for you. And when you first meet someone who's on a spiritual path, you can also expect to have some different perspectives. You can expect to have different approaches to your spirituality. That is also something to embrace. That diversity is good, and we're not looking for uniformity. We are simply offering our perspective and our guidance, and we certainly offer our assistance. And wouldn't it be nice if that was spirituality as defined by most? Wouldn't it be nice if a spiritually awakened person was simply a person who you could rely upon for help? When you access the truth that you are infinite and eternal beings of light and love, here having experiences to know source energy more fully, and to know source energy as source energy, then you recognize that it's not necessary to have anyone else agree with you. It doesn't have to be a part of your spirituality to get others on board with it. But the best thing that you can possibly do as spiritually awake persons to demonstrate how awake you are is to be kind. Kindness is spirituality in action, and everything else is just what you believe to be true in the moment. At times, you will believe in certain behaviors, practices, and so on you think will help you along your spiritual path. And there's nothing wrong with that. But recognize that you might abandon all these things in favor of other things in 6 months or a year. There is no need to cling to any practice or any belief, but the world does need some more people being kind to one another. That's the type of spirituality that attracts more people. People like it when you are kind to them, and perhaps your kindness will inspire them to be kind to others. And without ever having discussed what your spiritual beliefs are, you could be that first domino to create the effect that you want to create on every person whose life you touch. And that is more valuable than any book that you could write or any seminar that you could teach. And if you can move beyond all of that and see that you are all having a very similar experience here on earth, you will get that inspiration more often to be kind to one another. And then we will know that we have had the impact that we desire to have, but still, we will never be attached to that desire. We are the Arcturian Council, and we have enjoyed connecting with you.